Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. How are you? Andrea? Hello. How are you?
Hi. Hello. I'm
Very
fine.
good.
Thanks.
Fantastic. Very good. Larissa, how are you?
Hello, I'm fine.
Very good. Thank you very much for joining the class. Jacqueline, how are you?
Hello, I'm fine.
You're fine. Very good. Thank you very much for joining the class. What are the people? Por quê? Chamar no grupo aqui. Chamar no grupo. Certo. E aí, Rê? Só?
Acabei de chamar a galera aqui também.
Eu também. Well, 3 people online, 2 people here. Think it's?
A sala sempre tá atrasadinha, né?
Yeah, we're supposed to have more people here.
Agora, cadê o resto do povo, gente?
Where is everybody?
Rafael não vem, né?
Yes, he said he's not coming. But anyway, Sarah, she must be coming. Simone and Ivete, what are they?
Simone e Ivete tem que estar online.
Yes.
Tainá Beatriz online, Larissa online. Andrea online.
Andrea, but yes, they are here. Andrea, how are you? Tell me a little bit about your day.
What?
Tell me a little bit about your day.
Cortou a fala, professor, desculpa.
Tell me a little bit about your day.
Ixi, Maria, meu pai. Não entendo.
Tell me a little bit about your day.
Meu pai. Isso, meu...
What's the meaning of tell? Yes, tell me, conte-me. Tell me a little bit about your day.
Contar alguma coisa no meu dia, é isso?
Yes.
What? Vamos ver. Oh, meu pai, como que eu vou falar agora, Jesus? Como que eu falo? Eu dei aula de manhã, atendi aluno, não sei.
Okay, you could say, I gave classes in the morning. I gave classes in the morning.
I
Gave classes.
give class in the morning, né?
Aula, classes. I gave classes in the morning. Tá me ouvindo bem, não?
Class in the morning.
Tá me ouvindo
Não,
bem?
pior que não, tá cortando. Não.
Imaginei
Tá cortando.
mesmo. Todo mundo tá me ouvindo bem? Eu acho que é sua conexão, Andréia.
Quando chove aqui no prédio é um horror.
Ah, imagino. Imagino. Choveu, já sabe, né?
É,
But all right. Thank you very much, by the way. Even though the connection is bad, thank you so much for joining the class. All right. Tainá.
Hello.
Hi. Tell me a little bit about your day.
Eu não sei falar inglês, eu cuidei das plantas aqui de casa.
Just try. In English.
Eu não sei falar. Como é que fala?
What?
Eu cuidei das plantas, eu reguei as plantas aqui de casa.
Okay. You could say, you can take the word water, like American pronunciation, that because I know you like it.
Water?
I watered plants.
I water plants in the
Plants,
morning.
yes. In the morning. Very nice. What else?
Oh.
That's it?
Mm-hmm.
That's all you did? Okay. Did you have breakfast? Did you take a shower? Did you attend your classes?
Of course.
Of course not.
Of course, yes.
No, of course not.
Of course, yes.
No, you didn't?
I did it.
You did? Okay. Thank you very much. Jacqueline, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
Very good. Did you wake up very early today?
Eu fui pra academia hoje.
Okay, but did you wake up early? Wake up.
Que horas que eu
Oh,
acordei?
yes.
Que horas que eu acordei?
Early or late?
6.
6 early. And then you went to the gym. You woke up very early and then you went to the gym. Gym, workout, gym. All right. Fair enough. Thank you so much. Larissa.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
I'm fine.
Tell me about your day.
I went to the gym. E como que eu falo que eu arrumei a casa?
Okay. You tied up your house, your bedroom. Tied up
Como?
is the verb. Tied up.
Tied up.
Okay. Your house, your bedroom,
My house.
your house, not your bedroom. O quarto não.
No.
Okay. Did you take a shower? Because you went to the
Yes.
gym, right? So I believe
Yes.
you took a shower. Maybe you didn't. You did or you didn't?
I didn't. No,
You
did.
No, didn't.
I did.
You did. Right. Fair enough. Thank you very much. Maria Fernanda. Hey, Mary. Are you there? No, she's not there. Bad connection. Simone.
Hi.
Hello. How are you?
I'm
Fine? Right. Please, could you tell me a little bit about your day?
Okay. I took vaccines in the went on the manicure.
You went to the gym? You went to the gym, right? Gym.
I took
Huh?
I took vaccines. Eu não sei se é took, I took. I took. Eu tomei,
You took
eu tomei
what?
vacina.
Okay.
Eu tomei vacina e fui na
Okay.
manicure.
Well, right. Did you take a shower at least?
No,
No shower.
no.
What kind
No.
of shot was that? Shot. What kind of shot was that? Jab.
Kind of shot, tipo de agulha, de vacina.
Ah,
Tipo de vacina.
Blue shot.
3.
Three shots.
3.
Triple. Well.
Tetânia,
Three kind.
Wow.
hepatite, triplo não sei das quantas, triplo não sei das quantas.
Okay. That's okay. Thank you very much for joining the class. Ivete, how are you?
I'm fine. And you?
I'm fantastic. So tell me a little bit about your day, please. I mean, the time you woke up, if you took a shower, if you had breakfast, if you whatever.
I wake up at 9 a.m.
9 a.m. It's a good time.
Yes.
I woke up at 10. It's a
My
good time too.
My breakfast.
What did you have for breakfast? Banana.
No.
Apple.
Bread and requeijão. Não tem no estado, fora do Brasil, requeijão.
I hate it.
Requeijão. Requeijão, cheese, mortadela também acho que não existe lá, né?
I think that you could say that it's a kind of cream. It's a kind of cream cheese, I guess. But I'm not sure. Because I don't like it, actually.
No,
I don't like requeijão. I think it's really nasty, actually, by the way. I hate it. So, thank you very much for joining the class. Did you take a shower?
Not yet.
Not yet, but you will, I guess.
Yeah.
I think.
Later.
Later. Or you won't.
Yeah.
You won't.
You want?
You won't. Or you will.
Yes. I take a shower later.
You will. I'll take a shower. I'll
Yeah.
take a shower. You have to add will after I'll. Because it's future.
Will.
So every sentence in the future, we can use will. Not every sentence, but normally we use will. So I'll take a shower.
We'll take a shower
Very good.
every day.
No, you won't.
Yes. I will.
You will. All right,
Yeah.
fair enough. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you. Mary, it's your turn. Please.
Minha internet tinha caído bem na hora.
No problem. We are all very curious to know about your day, things you did, what time you woke up, if you had breakfast, if you took a shower, and whatever. Tell us everything.
I wake up 9 a.m.
9 a.m. It's a good time to wake up. Congratulations. It's a very good time.
Como é que eu falo que eu lavei a louça?
Oh, you wash the dishes. Wash the dishes.
I wash the dishes.
Yes. Right.
I take a shower today.
You took a shower today. It's
Yes.
a miracle. It's a miracle. I think that's why it's raining today. So what do you think? That's why it's rainy, like cold, because it's a miracle. You took a shower today. No? It's frozen again. All right. Thank you, Mary. Anyway, thank you so much. Right. Yeah, guys, how are you? Yeah? Good? Good. Tachani, how are you? the same question, please. We are very curious to know about your day, things you did, what time you woke up, if you had breakfast, if you had banana for breakfast, if you took a shower, whatever you want to tell us.
I wake up 8 a.m.
Okay, it's early. I think 9 is a good time to wake up.
I don't have breakfast.
You didn't have breakfast?
No.
Okay.
I did it. I don't say.
I had lunch.
I had lunch.
Right.
And after I went in. Não sei como fala. Foi no posto de saúde.
Oh, okay, okay. You went to the. It's like, if I'm not mistaken, can you help me, guys? You have a great vocabulary, because outside Brazil, I mean, it's not like here, like posto. There is a name for that.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah.
Não, é posto de saúde.
There's a name for that in English. I just need to remember. And did you take a shower?
Yes.
What time? Don't lie to me.
Pouco antes de vir pra cá.
Okay? A few minutes before coming here.
Yes.
Really? No, you didn't.
Yes.
No, you didn't. Where do you live? Where do you live?
Where do you live?
Where do you live? Do you live near here?
Yes. 20 minutes.
20 minutes. On foot? By car?
Car.
Car. 20 minutes by car and you think it's near?
Yes.
Come on. Okay, fair enough. Letícia, how are you? Don't be shy. Speak to me. How are you? Not so bad. Good. What time? Oh, tell me a little bit about your day. Anything that you want to tell me.
5 a.m.
5 a.m. That's good. 5 a.m. No, it's not good. Why did you wake up so early? Come on.
I don't know how to speak that. Sono, eu perdi o sono.
Okay, you weren't sleepy. You miss your sleepy.
I had class at 9 and I took a shower at 10.
Okay. And what else? Did you have breakfast? What did you have for breakfast today?
Bread.
Bread. Fruit. Do you like fruits? You don't like fruits. Why not? You know that fruits are very healthy, right? And you should guys, eat fruit, especially banana. Right? Banana is very good against crab. You know, crab, like kind of, it's very good against crab. Do you do like exercises? What kind of exercises do you like? Martial arts? Working out? Okay, you work out.
And I dance.
And you dance? Sometimes you dance. Okay, our last day, we're gonna play some music here and then you're gonna dance for us. What kind of music do you like dancing? Pop. Right. But do you take lessons? Do you take dancing lessons? Just a hobby?
Yeah, I like work in this area.
Okay, it's like street dance, is it? Okay, very nice. So we've got a dancer here.
No.
Yes, you are. You like to dance? You said that do you dance well? You don't dance well. You're learning.
No, I don't have classes. I just.
Okay, but do you dance? Do you think that you dance well? I mean, considering yourself like as a dancer, do you think that you can dance well? Are you still like learning by yourself, of course?
I am versatile. I'm versatile.
Okay. I think you dance well.
No.
I've never seen you dancing, but I think you do. That's good. Thank you very much for the conversation. Lucas, hi.
Hi.
Okay, tell me a little bit about your day.
The same result, please.
The same? Why the same? I mean, you never do like anything different. Why not?
Well, it's very fine.
Because, you know, I have to say that sometimes when you say that, oh, the same old days, it seems that your life seems to be a little bit boring. I mean, not your life is boring, but you sound like you're not really happy with, I mean, your routine. Am I right? So you think that it could be different?
Yeah.
So if you had the chance of changing your life, what would you change?
I can think of anything.
You can't think of anything
Right now.
right now. Think of one thing you would change.
I wish I could be rich.
Okay, so I think that maybe most of us would have the same wish. I understand, I totally understand. But why do you have, why do you have this kind of wish? Do you think that your life would be easier if you had lots of money? Why?
A lot of things would be different.
A lot of things would be different.
For example, certain schools that we all pass through, I want need to pass through the things because I will be on a highest.
You would be what?
Eu não sei falar isso.
Try. What do you mean to say?
Life would be easier.
Life would be easier. But don't you think that if you had like more money, if you were rich, maybe you would face like problems, new problems that you wouldn't have, you don't have right now. I mean, the problems that come with money. Then you would be dealing like with some new problems that you could never imagine you would have.
Yeah.
Maybe. Who knows? You need to be rich in order to know this, I guess. Very good. Okay, we're having like a very deep conversation here, guys. I hope you were paying attention because it's really deep. Okay, let's get down to business. Let's begin. Well, here. Okay. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. You must. Let's go or no? No, it's 8. Lesson number 8. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. You must.
You must.
You have to.
You have to.
You mustn't.
You mustn't.
You can't.
You can't.
You could say you can't. You can't. Like it's like sounds like American English, but it's okay. I say can't because it's can positive, can't negative. But American English, they kind of sound the same. So sometimes you don't know if it's positive or negative. I can't go. Okay, you can or you cannot. British English, there is a difference. When it's positive, British people say, I can go with you. When it's negative, they would say, sorry, I can't go with you. So it's like more, you know, it's like a closed sound, like can't, can't. But it's up to you. Both are correct. No smoking.
No smoking.
No photographs.
No photograph.
No credit cards.
No credit cards.
Pay here.
Pay here.
Show me your ID.
Show me your ID.
Enter the code here.
Enter code.
We always drink tea at breakfast.
We always drink tea at breakfast.
People here usually go out for lunch.
People here usually go out for lunch.
I sometimes go home for lunch.
I sometimes go home for lunch.
Most offices start work at 8.
Most offices start work at 8.
It's open.
It's open.
They're closed.
They're closed.
Okay. People, have a look and see if you have questions, because I don't think you do. But anyway, let's have a look. You must. Remember, what's the meaning of must? It's a modal verb. Yes, it's obligation. You must be here on time. You have to. It's not an obligation exactly, but the difference is you have to. It's something like it's between must and should. Tem que. Você tem que falar. You have to speak. It's less than must, actually. Vai tranquilo. You have to speak. You must speak. Must is the strongest way of saying that somebody, you know, is supposed to do something. Have to, it's should, it's like an advice. Okay, no questions? Okay, if no questions, no questions. Let me see this. Let me check this audio. Just one.
Explaining rules, behavior, and customs.
And customs.
Pronunciation practice.
Pronunciation practice. No, let's skip this one. I think, let me see, let me check 4.
I have the bill, please.
People, pay attention. It's the consolidation, okay? Listen carefully.
Language.
Deixa eu só tirar as notificações, vão fazer barulho. Okay. Once again.
What's the Wi-Fi code?
Okay, people, did you get it?
Mm-hmm.
So, what is it?
Can I have the bill, please? Yes, I already have. What's the Wi-Fi code? Your run number and your first name.
Okay. Questions?
Can I have the
Listen again. Bill. Can I have the bill, please? The bill. What's the bill?
Recibo.
No. Receipt would be a receipt. Bill. Okay, you go to a restaurant and then you order, you eat, and then before you go, you need to pay the bill. Okay? Good? Great. Moving on, let's go to the text. I will read first and then I'm gonna play the audio as soon as I finish. And remember, you have to repeat with the audio, but you have to repeat the B, okay? Repeat the Brazilians roll, not the F, okay? But now we're gonna repeat everything. A restaurant. Okay, this is my favorite lunch place.
Okay, this is my favorite lunch place.
It looks good.
It looks good.
Yes, it's near the office and it's good value.
Yes, it's near the office and it's good value.
What do we do?
What do you do?
Well, you take a plate.
Well, you take a plate.
Yes, and then choose some salad.
Yes, and then choose some salad.
Okay.
Okay.
And you can add some vegetables.
And you can add some bread.
I see.
I see.
There's pasta too.
There's pasta too.
Wow.
Wow.
And some meat or fish.
And some meat or fish.
It's incredible.
It's incredible.
And bread, oil, sauce.
And bread, oil, sauce.
And then, this is the most important part.
This is the important part.
What?
What?
Take your plate to the cash desk.
Take your plate to the cash desk.
So I pay first.
So I pay first?
No, she weighs your food.
No, she weighs your food.
On the plate.
On the plate.
Of course. She writes down the weight.
Yes, of course. She writes down the weight.
Oh, I see.
Oh, I see.
And you pay at the end of the meal.
And you pay at the end of the meal.
Can we go back for more?
Can we go back for more?
Yes, of course.
Yes, of course.
But don't forget to get a new ticket.
But don't forget to get a new ticket.
Fantastic. What a great method.
Fantastic. What a great method.
Yes, I'm really hungry now.
Yes, really hungry now.
Okay, let's go.
Okay, let's go.
Great.
B3. This method incorrect. Okay, this is my favorite lunch place.
This is my favorite lunch place.
It's near the office and it's good value.
Estão ouvindo aí online?
Eu preciso não.
Tá cortando.
Só um momento. Quem está ouvindo o áudio direitinho? Não? Como é que está indo o áudio aí?
Tá cortando.
Tá cortando o tempo todo, professor.
Pra mim também tá cortando.
Então, mas a minha pergunta é, quando não corta, o áudio vai bem?
Quando não corta, sim.
Então é a conexão.
Ó, mas tá falando agora igual robô.
Espera aí. Okay. Okay, guys, continuing.
Okay.
There's pasta too. Repeat, guys. Come on.
Some meat or fish.
And then?
The important part.
What?
So,
okay.
And you pay at the end. Yes, of course. But don't forget to get a new ticket.
Right. People? No? And now, can you listen? Can you hear me now? Vocês estão me ouvindo bem agora? Ou tá cortando ainda?
Não,
Agora,
você, eu acho
falou um pouquinho, mas o que estava acontecendo na sala, não.
Está cortando.
Está cortando.
Estranho.
Ai, Jesus.
Okay. Right. Let's see, guys, if you have questions about these words. Do you have questions about these words? Have a look at the text, please, and bring me questions. No questions? Okay, you have a question.
Wait.
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 She weighs your food. She weighs your food. She weighs.
Servir, pegar, pesar.
Next question. No? You don't have any more questions? Okay, if you don't have any more questions, let's go. Andrea, begin with your friend. Let's go.
Ok. Vamos lá, meninas, então? Já que vamos começar?
Vamos. Eita, vamos.
Hoje a minha internet não tá muito boa, não, por conta da chuva, tá? Então você não vai conseguir me ouvir direito em algumas partes. Enfim.
Ah, eu acho que de todo mundo tá por causa da chuva.
Aqui quando chove é assim. Você quer começar?
Pode ser. Okay, trees is my favorite looking racing.
It looks good.
Yes, is near them often. When is good Galway.
What do we do?
Well, you take a frighten.
Yes.
When the trend chosen some salad.
Ok.
When you come eat some vegetables.
I see.
Waiting pattern too.
Whoa.
When the some meat or fish.
It's incredible.
When the beef your sauce.
And then?
Three is the important part.
What?
Take your question
question do drift.
So I pay first.
No, she ate your food.
On the plate.
Yes, of course. She reads don't wait.
Oh, I see.
When you play with an agent, also play meal.
Can we go back for more?
Yes, of course. But don't forget to sweat a new trick.
Fantastic. What a great method.
Yes, I'm held no.
Ok, let's go. Quem vai ser a próxima, meninas?
Agora,
Eu posso ser a próxima. Maria.
vou começar, tá?
Tá bom.
Okay, this is my favorite lunch place.
It looks good.
Yes, it's near the office and it's good value.
What do you do?
Well, you take a plate.
Yes.
And then choose some salad.
Okay.
And you can add some vegetables.
I see.
There's a pasta too.
Wow.
And some meat or fish.
It's incredible.
And bread, oil, salt.
And then,
This is the important part.
what?
Take your plate to the cash desk.
So I pay first?
No, she weighs your food.
On the plate?
Yes, of course. She writes down the weight.
Oh, I see.
And you pay at the end of the meal.
Can we go back for more?
Yes, of course, but don't forget to get a new ticket.
Fantastic. Eu falei errado. Fantastic. What a great method.
Yes, I'm really hungry now.
Okay, let's go.
Agora. Ivete,
Oi! Quem quer fazer comigo? As duas agora? Nós já fizeram, né? Não, nós duas? Já fizeram todo mundo aí? Já. Todo mundo fez.
Não,
fez?
falta a Larissa ainda.
Larissa.
Falta a Lari.
É mesmo, Lari, verdade. Cadê a Larissa? Para eu fazer com a Larissa.
Eu tô aqui.
Ah, vamos lá, Larissa.
Eu
Você
começo.
começa ou eu começo?
Eu começo. Okay, this is my favorite lunch place.
It looks good.
Yes, it's near the office and it's good value.
What do you do? What do we do?
Well, you take a plate.
Yes.
And then choose some salad.
Okay.
And you can add some vegetables.
I see.
There's a pasta too.
Whoa,
And some meat or fish.
it's incredible.
And bread, oil, sauce.
And then?
This is the important part. Take your plate to the cash desk.
So I pay first?
No, she weighs your food. Você já falou? É que estão soltando fogos aqui, tá difícil de ouvir.
Tá comemorando aí.
Meu Deus. Pronto.
I on the plate?
Yes, of course. She writes down the weight.
Oh, I see.
And you pay at the end of the meal.
Can we go back for more?
Yes, of course, but don't forget to get a meal ticket.
Fantastic. What a great method. Great method.
Yes, I'm really hungry now.
Ok, let's go. Agora alguém para fazer com a Simone.
Quem vai fazer comigo? Andréia?
Vamos fazer, Silvia? Vamos? Quer começar ou eu começo?
Pode começar.
Tá. Okay, this is my favorite lunch place.
It looks good.
Yes, it's near the office and it's good value.
What do you do?
Well, you take a plate.
Yes.
And then choose some salad.
Ok. Eu deveria ter começado.
And you can eat some vegetables.
I see.
There's pasta too.
Whoa.
And some meat or fish.
It's incredible. Incredible. Incredible.
And bread, oil, sauce.
And then?
This is the important part.
What?
Take your plate to the cash desk.
So I pay first.
No, she weighs your food.
Oh, the plate?
Yes, of course. She writes down the weight.
Oh.
Sei lá como chama isso. And you pay at the end of the meal.
Can we go back for more?
Yes, of course. But don't forget to get a new ticket.
Fantastic. What a great method. Method.
Yes, I am really hungry now.
Okay, let's go.
Let's
Thank
go.
you.
Thank you.
Finish.
Finished? Okay, very good. Andrea, please. Read for me. Very slowly, slow motion, get the intonation, the right intonation, and put emotion on it. Okay? Read for me. Okay, but slow motion. Slowly. Yes. Get the emotion. And it's for all of you, okay? It's not only for her. Okay? For all of you. Let's go.
Okay, this is my favorite lunch place. It looks good. Yes, it's near the office and it's good value. What do we do? Well, you take a plate. Yes, and then choose some salad. Okay, and you can add some. Como fala como é mesmo?
Vegetables.
you
Vegetables. Vegetables.
vegetable.
Vegetables.
And you can add some vegetables. Meu Deus. We see. There is pasta too. Whoa. And some meat or fish. It's incredible. And bread, oil, sauce. And then, this is the important part. What? Take your plate to the cash desk. So, I pay first? No, she will. Ixi, meu Deus do céu. No, she weighs your food.
She weighs your food.
No, she weighs your food. On the plate? Yes, of course. She writes down the wish. Meu Deus. She writes down the weight.
The weight.
The weight.
Yeah.
The weight. Oh, I see. And you pay at the end of the meal. Can we go back for more? Yes, of course. But don't forget to get a new ticket. Fantastic. What a great method. Yes, I am really hungry now. Okay, let's go.
Huh? Banana. Really good. Congratulations. It's very healthy. It's very good against crab. It's really nice. Okay, finish your banana and turn out, please.
Okay, this is my favorite lunch place. It looks good. Yes, it's near the office and it's good. Eu não sei mais inglês.
Value.
Sorry. Value. What do you do? Well, you take a plate. Yes, and then choose some salad. Okay. And you can add some vegetable.
Vegetable?
I see. There are pasta too. Wow. Wow, and some meat or fish. It's incredible. And bread, all sauce. Não sei falar esse.
And?
Bread, oil, sauce.
Sauce. And then?
Oi?
Continue. Continue.
Tá. And then, this is my important part. What? Take your plate to cash deck. So I paid first? No, she weigh your food. On the plate. Yes, of course. She write down the weight. Oh, I see. And you pay at the end of meal. Can we go back for more? Yes, of course, but don't forget to get a new ticket. Fantastic. What a great method. Yes, I'm really hungry now. Okay, let's go.
See money. Thank you, Taina.
Sabia. Sabia que era eu. Ah, restaurante. Nossa, internet. Tá ouvindo?
Uhum.
Estou ouvindo. Tá ruim? Yes, the office. And it's good value. You take a plate. Yes. And then close some salad. And then choose some salad. Okay. And you come. And
Vixe, caiu. Eu vou pular para Jaqueline.
Okay, Swiss is my favorite luncheon place. It looks good. Yes, it's near the office and it is good value. What do you do? Well, you like it and frightened. Yes, when chosen some salad. Okay, when do you can eat some vegetables?
Vegetables?
Vegetables? I see. Trading pasta too. Oh, when do someone made your fish is incredible. When the virgin all thousand.
Red.
When the trend is this is an important part. What taken you frightened to train fasten dress. So I play fish. No, she eggs your food. On Friday. Yes, of course. She readings dolphin waiting. Waiting. Oh, I see. When do you play at play and also play meow? Can you go back for Maureen? Yes, of course. But don't fortune to wait a new weekend. Fantastic. What a great metro. Yes, I hello medal. Yes, I hello no. Okay, let's go.
Okay, Maria Fernanda, please.
Okay, this is my favorite lunch place. It looks good. Yes, it's near the office, and it's good value. What do you do? Well, you take a plate. Yes, and then choose some salad. Okay, and you can add some vegetables. I see. There's pasta too. Wow, and some meat or fish. It's incredible. Bread, oil, sauce. And then, this is the important part. What? Take your place to the cash desk. So I pay first? No, she weighs your food. On the plate? Yes, of course. She writes down the weight. Oh, I see. And you pay at the end of the meal. Can we go back for more? Yes, of course. But don't forget to get a new ticket. Fantastic. What a great method. Yes, I'm really hungry now. Okay, let's go.
Okay, Larissa.
Okay, this is my favorite lunch place. It looks good. Yes, it's near the office and it's good value. Professor, como se pronuncia essa palavra?
Qual?
Oh, yes, it's near the office and it's good
Value.
value.
Yes.
What do you do? Well, you take a plate. Yes? And then choose some salad. Okay. And you can add some vegetables.
Vegetables.
Vegetables. I see. There's pasta too. Wow. And some meat or fish. It's incredible. And bread, oil, sauce. And then, this is the important part. What? Take your plate to the cash desk. So I pay first? No, she weighs your food. On the plate? Yes, of course. She writes down the weight. Oh, I see. And you pay at the end of the meal. Can we go back for more? Yes, of course. But don't forget to get a new ticket.
Ticket?
Fantastic. What a great method. Yes, I'm really hungry now. Okay, let's go.
Ok. Ivete. Depois a Simone tenta de novo.
Simone e Ivete, tanto faz aqui. Ok. A restaurant. Okay, this is my favorite lunch place. It looks good. Yes, it's near the office and it's good value. What do we do? Well, you take a plate. Yes, and then choose some salad. Okay, and you can add some vegetables. I see. There is pasta too. Whoa, and some meat or fish. It's incredible. And bread, oil, sauce. And then, this is the important part. What? Take your plate to the cash desk. So I pay first? No, she weighs your food. On the plate? Yes, of course. She writes down the weight. Oh, I see. And you pay at the end of the meal. Can we go back for more? Yes, of course, but don't forget to get a new ticket. Fantastic. What a great method. Yes, I'm really hungry now. Okay, let's go.
Ok, Simone, please.
Agora fala comigo, quer ver? A restaurant. Okay, this is my favorite lunch place. It looks good. Yes, it's near the office. And it's good value. What do we do? Well, you take a plate. Yes. And then choose some salad. Okay. And you can add some vegetables. 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 Ai, professor, me enrosco. I see. There is pasta too. Wow. And some meat or fish. It's incredible. And bread, oil, sauce. And then, this is the important part. What? Take your plate to the cash desk. So I pay first. No, she rakes your food on the plate. Yes, of course. She writes down the
Wait. Oh, I see. And you pay at the end of the meal. Can we go back for more? Yes, of course. But don't forget 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 no, a new ticket. Fantastic. What a great method. Great method. Yes, I'm ready. Wrong now. Okay, let's go.
I'm really running now.
Ok.
Yes, wrong now.
Ah, você já foi? Eu não lembro. Foi? Foi? Foi embora também. Ok.
Eu fui.
Foi. Okay. Consolidation, everybody. Complete these rules and pieces of advice for visitors. Easy. Not really easy, but
Professor,
Hey guys, finished? No? Yes or no? No. Okay. Take your time. Okay. Leticia, your questions. Ask me your questions. No, your questions. Because you told me that you have your questions ready. Ask me your questions, please.
What do you think about Brazilian culture?
What I think about Brazilian culture? I think that Brazilian culture is very rich because we have many different kinds of cultures here in Brazil. Actually, I respect all of them, and I think it's very rich. And the variety of kinds of cultures that we have here, I think it's the most incredible thing about Brazil. Because it's a huge country, huge population, and a very wide cultural stuff that we have here. I think it's fantastic. I think it's really good. Next question.
Where do you want to travel?
I would love to travel to Europe.
What did was your biggest mistake?
What was my what? Biggest
Mistake.
mistake? I don't know. Because I don't regret doing anything. Everything I did in my life, I think it's part of my experience. I don't really regret doing anything.
What is your favorite book?
My favorite book? I've got some books that I really like. Well, I like On the Road by Jack Kerouac. And I like Lobo da Steppe by Herman Hesse.
Which drink did you realize?
Which drink?
You realize.
You what?
Realize. No.
Okay. To become a father. Finished? Your questions? Okay, really good. If we have time, I'm gonna ask your questions to you guys. I'm just gonna check. Hey guys, you finished? Let's go. Right. You must what? Andrea.
Hi.
You must.
You enter the code here.
Okay. You have to.
Visit a museum.
Okay, you have to visit a museum. Okay, good. You can't, you cannot.
You can smoke in here.
Okay, remember to.
Show me your ID.
Okay, most people
Like a beach.
Like going to the beach.
Repeat, please.
Most people like going to the beach.
Okay.
Be careful, right?
All right.
Okay, I always
recommend to go at church.
Okay, very nice. Leticia, thank you very much. Leticia, you must. Okay, you have to. Okay, you can't. Okay, no problem. Remember to. Take what? Ah, backpack. Most people come here. Okay, I always. Okay, very good. Okay, Maria Fernanda, you must. Maria?
Eu não entendi muito bem.
Agora que você avisa?
Desculpa, eu esqueci. Fazer.
Nossa, seu áudio está... Tá cortando.
Minha internet tá ruim hoje, eu acho.
Tô vendo. A conexão não tá realmente legal, não. But okay, Tatiane, no problem. You must.
Speak slowly.
Speak slowly, very good. You have to.
Stay home.
Okay, stay home. You can't.
Walk in the garden.
Okay, remember to.
Drink water.
Okay, most people.
Not this.
I always.
Recommend you be careful.
Okay, Lucas, you must. You have to.
Show the notes to her.
You can't.
North side weather.
Remember to.
Bring the bag like you did.
Most people.
Love animals.
I always.
Wake up.
Wake up. Good. I always wake up. Because one day, maybe if you don't, you might be dead. Okay, right. Ivete, you must.
You must visit the new museum.
Museum. Okay, you have to.
You have to go to the restaurant near my house.
You can't.
You can't do this.
Remember to.
Remember to pay the bill.
Most people.
Most people are depressed.
Most people are depressed?
Yes. Or
okay.
Most people enjoy your life.
Most people enjoy their lives. Okay. I always
like to eat chocolate.
Okay. Simone.
You must to eat more fruits.
You must eat more fruits. Okay. Very good. You have to.
You have to do exercise.
Exercises. Okay. Very nice. You
can drink beer.
Why not?
Não?
Por que não? Que ele perguntou.
Não, é só para inventar mesmo.
Okay. Okay. No,
yes. We can.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember to love more.
To what?
Surrender to love more. Amar mais?
To learn or to love?
To love more.
Love. Hey, you need to love more. Lembre-se de amar mais. Okay. Most people
are curious.
Curious. Most people are curious. Yes, most people are curious, indeed. I always
need to love.
I guess Simone loves to love.
Yes.
Simone ama amar.
Ama amar, yes.
Okay, she loves to love.
Combustível.
Yes, it's fuel. The fuel of life is love, is passion. Very good. Thank you so much. All right, Jacqueline.
Oi, professor. Então, cheguei na conclusão que eu não consegui fazer. Eu coloquei umas palavras aqui, só que não está fazendo sentido nenhum. Então...
Não.
Sabe? Não consegui fazer. Cheguei nessa conclusão.
Lê aí, vamos ver. You must.
O primeiro eu acho que foi o único que ficou mais ou menos certo. Eu acho, né, que ficou, mas...
Okay. Let's check it out.
You must go cine. You must go cine.
Must go what?
Cine.
Hã?
Cine.
Eu não entendi. Você deve ir
ao cinema.
Oh, you must go to the cinema.
Sim. Aí o resto nenhum fez sentido mais, professor. Aí eu coloquei you haven't to chocolate. Aí
realmente não faz sentido. Aí tinha que ser
aí
verbo.
não fez mais sentido mais.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Larissa.
Professor, primeiro eu quero te fazer uma pergunta. Como que se fala parque de diversões?
Amusement park. Amusement park.
Amusement.
Amusement, yes.
Tá bom. Eu não sei se é certo também. Ó. You must know the amusement park.
You must go to the amusement park. Go. Visit.
Go.
Yes, or visit. Okay, you have to.
You have to go to the beach.
Okay. You can't.
You can't smoke in here.
You can't smoke in here. Okay. Remember to
go to the pharmacy.
Okay. Most people
go to the shopping mall.
I always
suggest the museum.
Okay. I always suggest the museum. Always suggest the museum. That's good. That's fantastic. Thank you very much. Okay, Tatiana, your questions. You guys, think of 5 questions for me tomorrow, okay? Pense em 5 questões para mim amanhã. For us to train. It's going to be a training for the oral test. Because we're going to have an oral test with Pete, right? Vamos ter prova oral com Pete. Yeah. Okay. So it's gonna be a training, right? I want 5 questions for me tomorrow. They have them now. Eles fizeram agora porque tem pouca gente aqui, mas amanhã vocês. So ask me your 5 questions.
Do you believe that there is life on Earth?
After death? Yes.
What would you like to change about you?
I'd like to change about. Well, it's a hard question. sometimes I'm really like hard-headed, you know, like cabeça dura. I'd like to change this.
What do you think everyone should do at least once in their life?
Well, it's a hard question too. I think that everyone should do what they want to do once in their lives, like travel, eat, and do whatever they want to do.
Where would you invest all your time if you could?
With my family.
Are you right or left?
Wing. Okay, if you're talking about politics, it's right wing or left wing. Wing, yes. I am a little bit to the left. Wing. Okay. Lucas, your questions.
Do you think that our society and system in general are our favor?
If I think what?
The systems that involve our society are our favor.
It's not failed, but I think that there should be some changes actually. But it's a hard question, I mean, for like to answer like with, you know, maybe a few minutes, because we only have like a few minutes. But anyway, I think that there's a big room for improvement because it's all about money and interests. It's not the system, actually, it's the people. I think that it's a matter of changing like people's mind first, then the system, then it's going to reflect on the system. But I don't really think that it's the system itself. I think it's the people, because the system could be fine. The system would work if the people actually had the wish to make it work, if you know what I mean. But it's a hard question anyway. I'm just, you know, saying things at the top of my head. But I truly believe that it has to do like more with people than, you know, with the system itself. Because we make the system, so it's not the system. We can make like systems, but if we don't change our mind and if we don't start thinking of the others, I think it doesn't matter like the system. It's very deep, actually. I think we would have like, you know, a long way, a long conversation about this. But good question, next question.
And do you think that the people can improve?
Can what?
Do you think that the human nature can change better?
Okay, can improve, can ameliorate. Yes, I believe, especially when we face problems, especially when they have to. But I don't really think that society will change. Like thinking of, you know, society itself. I think that people can change when they have to. When they face like the problems, when they face problems and the problems make them change. Make us change. Each one of us. I think that, you know, personally, everyone can change as long as they have some will to change, some reason. I don't really think that out of the blue, someone like would change because, oh, I think I'm going to change because it's going to be better. No, I think that there's always a problem. There's always an issue that we like ended up, you know, making, you know, changes in people, but not the society itself. I mean, it's people, and when people change, we have a new society. Was I clear? Right, next.
If there is any sort of God or a powerful and abstract being out there, do you think it cares about us? Or do you believe that everything is just a coincidence of patterns and the only thing that reigns above them is just chaos?
Well, I don't think about chaos. I don't think that if there is like any superior creature like above us, I don't really think that it's like a human being. I think it's something like really superior. I don't really think that it's caring about us, about sins, about things we do. Okay, I think that there are some general rules like in the universe, and if you break the rules, you have the consequences. But it's about the rules. It's not about like anything else. And but I truly believe that it's not coincidence as well, because it's, if you think of the universe, if you think how complex it is, it's, for me, it's not really acceptable to think of chaos, because life is something really intelligent. Nature is something really intelligent. The universe is something intelligent. I don't really think that all of this would be like the result of the chaos, coincidences. I think it's too much for coincidences. I think that there is like a big power above, below, beside, whatever. But I truly believe that there is. But it's not something that we can imagine or we can figure out, because I think that it's something like a way beyond our intelligence. Anyway, I cannot even name it. For example, like people say, oh, God, and whatever. I wouldn't name it, because for me it's so superior that it can't have a name. A name that we would be giving it, because it's something like a way beyond our intelligence, or I think it is. I think that's it. It's a way beyond everything we can figure out, imagine, think of, and all these things. Do you have another question? Okay, ask me your question.
What would you do if you find out that your life is a simulation or your life just aren't even real?
I would take control of it and do everything I want to. I would have the control. Okay, it's a simulation, so I'm gonna have the control and do everything that I want to. I would buy a new car. I would travel. I would be like with my friends and do everything that I wanted to. Or maybe I would wish like to get out of the simulation and see what there is outside. Out there. What there's out there. Let's check it out, if it's better than here. But do you think that life is a simulation?
No.
You don't. But what if it was?
I don't know.
You don't know. Right. Do you have any other question?
So, what do you think is worse? A hell like become one with fire and everything, or something like Silent Hill?
Huh?
What do you think is worse?
A hell like what?
Become one with fire and everything, or something more like Silent Hill?
More like?
Silent Hill.
Oh, Silent Hill. I don't know. I like the fire. I like the idea of fire. But I don't like the idea of getting burnt. Silent Hill. Silent Hill is fine too. But I'm not going there anyway, because I'm a good boy. I don't know. I don't know. You, what do you think?
I think that I think.
What would be the worst for you?
Silent Hill.
Silent Hill. Okay, fair enough. Do you have any other question? Finished? All right. You see, we had some very nice questions here. So tomorrow, guys, I want you to have some very nice questions for me. Okay? 5 questions, because it's going to be a training. Because we are going to have an oral test with Pete. And with him, it's going to be like 3 questions, each one of you. Right? So it's going to be a nice training with me. Fala, Jaqueline.
Para fazer perguntas sobre o quê? Assim, que perguntas
Qualquer coisa.
fazer?
Qualquer coisa.
Qualquer coisa?
Qualquer coisa,
Tá bom.
ok? Podem guardar material agora. Okay. Breathe. Stretch your body. Ugh. And I think that it's getting cold outside. Have you got a jumper? A jumper, a jacket. I think it's getting cold outside. You, Leticia, you got a jumper? No, no jumper. Lucas, you got a jumper? It might be cold. You guys, how are you feeling? You feeling cold? You feeling hot? I think it's getting cold outside. Finally. No? Okay. So, do you have any questions? No? No questions? You sure you don't have any questions? Okay, off you go. See you tomorrow. Paint devagarzinho.
Slow motion.
Slow motion. You don't need to hurry up.
Não empurra para não cair, que só tá cheia.
And you guys, thank you so much for the class. And tomorrow, don't forget, I want some really creative questions for me, because it's going to be a training for Pete, because we're going to have like an oral test with Pete. And it's going to be a nice training, right? So I wish you guys have a nice day. And see you tomorrow, right? Thank you so much. I love you guys. Bye.